This is our land. This is our children's inheritance, and we have been mandated to be good custodians of this natural resource. But with every careless disposal of litter, toxic waste, or effluent, we are endangering the very life of our most precious resource, clean and healthy water. Facing the Goliath of litter in our communities, streams and rivers is a daunting task, and unless we critically evaluate the situation and establish an integrated management approach that deals with the problem at every stage, we will fail future generations of African children. We will leave a legacy of poverty, disease, and total community degradation. Short-term projects and quick fixes are no longer acceptable. We need a sustainable, long-term solution. This integrated approach has three main elements. Firstly, planning controls, which ensure that correct decisions are made regarding land use and urban design. Secondly, source controls that aims at reducing the amount of litter entering our drainage systems through refuse removal, street sweeping, aggressive educational campaigns, and strict law enforcement. And finally, structural controls that assist in the removal of litter that manage to enter the system. Methods of structural control include litter traps and stormwater treatment. As we develop and implement this integrated approach to catchment litter management, local governments will soon experience the long-term financial benefits resulting from a more effective utilization of limited resources and personnel.
Integrated catchment management really means that we're integrating the activities and functions of the engineering fraternity, who traditionally have almost managed stormwater and river systems on their own, single-handed. But we're integrating their efforts with those of planners, of environmentalists, of ecologists, of people who manage waste, of people who look after the parks and open spaces, the riverine open spaces. And we're combining those inputs of the professionals and the managers with the needs of the community and the input from the regulating authorities like Department of Water Affairs and Nature Conservation.
I would define an integrated waste management approach by saying it's a lot more than what the general public or local governments saw their role as being in the past. It was previously a case of collect and get rid of, take it to landfill. Now it involves education, awareness, recycling, reduction, reuse. It involves a total different way of thinking about waste management.
At a time when local and national government are faced with many pressing issues, developing new ways of dealing with waste management in conjunction with all stakeholders becomes a vital component in the protection of our nation's water systems. As the custodians of our natural resources, government has a responsibility to the people whom it seeks to serve.
The role of local government in managing waste is much the same as their general role, really, is that they've got to provide a structure by which people conduct their daily activities.
If we look at the role of local government, I think we should emphasize more on educating the people as opposed to doing more cleanups. The problem is that we very often embark on cleanup campaigns, but it's simply not sustainable.
Realizing that cleanup campaigns may solve the short-term aesthetic problem of litter, but are not sustainable for the long term, is crucial in the development of an integrated management strategy. Dealing with the litter problem in a sustainable way requires a more strategic approach. The activities of numerous different government departments need to be coordinated.
I can't manage stormwater without having an influence, or at least creating an awareness amongst the waste-related aspects, that if your service is not operating, where there's a dysfunctional service or where there's an absence of waste collection, then it's going to end up in the stormwater system. And when it's in the stormwater system, it's going to end up being discharged into the rivers and the flays, and we're going to end up with massive pollution.
Responding to the needs of local communities through the development of sustainable solutions will only become a reality if there is a serious commitment to partnerships at every level of intervention. Financial commitment from local and national government will be required to ensure the strategic planning of catchment litter management, as well as the implementation of these plans.
The process for communicating with stakeholders right down to our grassroots level has been putting into place the systems of sub-councils, where sub-councils are in actual fact, their main purpose for existence is the link between local government and local government decision making and the people on the ground. They are duty bound to hear the people on the ground and bring those messages through to local government prior to any decision making. The process and system demands that that is how it will be done in future.
Partnerships, I believe, are the clue for future intervention. And if I speak about a partnership, it must come from all levels. I talk governmental, residential, commercial, and industrial. We know we tend to sort of leave out industries all the time, but I just want to quickly highlight, even if it's not 100% subject to the discussion, but for 1 ton of consumer waste we produce, there's an equivalent of about 70 tons produced in industry and commerce. So they better come to the party to find solutions to make products which don't create such a litter problem in the first place.
Accurately identifying the relevant role players is crucial if projects are to be sustained in local communities and informal settlements.
First people that I think they should be involved from the beginning is the politicians. The community as a whole, they play a very major important role in helping us to identify their problems.
The key stakeholders here would be the community first, the council themselves. The environmentalists should be involved. The politicians, the councillors, they should be involved.
While the development of partnerships will greatly improve the effectiveness of both the planning and structural elements of catchment litter management, it is of crucial importance for the control of litter at its source.
I think it's very important that the local authorities, the professionals that are involved in trying to solve the problem, and the community sits down together frequently and brings their concerns to the table. And that's an extremely complex process.
Despite the complexity of establishing and maintaining effective communication channels, buy-in from communities is essential if there is to be any hope of success in dealing with the ongoing problem of ineffective and insufficient management of litter.
The water is dirty, then it's affecting children, small children. They're getting sores and rash, then it's affecting them.
What is important is to develop an understanding amongst communities of the role of stormwater and river systems and how watercourses are actually assets to those communities. The communities need to develop a certain respect for the natural systems, and in fact when it comes to litter management, traditionally in the past, if stormwater systems were seen merely as conduits for removing excess water, the attitude was, well, why not also dump the rubbish in the river systems?
This is the rubble that the people throw in the canal, and I just want to ask them if they can stop, please.
It is also important that we measure the success of every aspect of the management strategy implemented. Investment in high-quality scientific monitoring can provide performance indices that will assist in the optimal use of limited financial resources. Local government will not succeed in gaining mastery over the litter problem unless it commits resources to the development and implementation of an effective integrated catchment management strategy. Once an integrated management system has been developed and instituted across the country, government will soon reap the rewards of an improved and healthier physical environment. This strategy needs to be developed in partnership with commerce, industry, and the local residential communities to create understanding and develop synergy. It will guide land use planning, attempt to reduce litter at its source, and will ensure that whatever litter that remains is removed as quickly and effectively as possible. It is only as we plan and work together that we will ensure living water is an inheritance proudly given to our children and our children's children.
The city will do it for you. Keeping it clean, it's for me, it's for you. We're making a stand, we'll all lend a hand, keep it clean. Yeah, keep it clean. Yeah, look and you'll notice the work that we do. Sweeping and cleaning, collecting for you. We're on the beaches, the parks and the streets.